Natalia, tell us what you are doing right now, and tell us, I guess we could start with the upcoming trial of Assange because of your own experience with WikiLeaks. So could you tell people about how you got involved in WikiLeaks?
Yes, of course. I don't know. I tweeted this like a couple of weeks ago. I find it so outrageous that the US media is really not covering the Assange case, because it is a very unique extradition request of a publisher, of a person who publishes, of a person who runs an organization that publishes information. He's seen as a journalist by many. I see him as a journalist and a publisher. And there is a request to extradite him solely because he published the American sensitive information, which is, well, it's very scary for anybody who is not an American, because he did not touch the US. He did not go to the US. He did not get these documents in the US. He's not a US citizen, and he's being extradited to the US under the Espionage Act. This has had zero coverage, like in the main media, US media. When I tweeted this, I have a friend who is a professor at the Texas University. He said, "Oh no, it is in the in the Guardian page or in the BBC." He was like, "I counted. It was the 35th story on their homepage."
Wow.
And these are media who have like special, strong interest in the case. Media such as the New York Times that partner up with WikiLeaks on several occasions. Nobody's talking about it. Right now, the verdict is going to be delivered on the 4th of January, which means it's still under Trump, right? There was a little campaign for Trump to pardon him, but of course Trump didn't. And so it's still under Trump. And, well, it sets a horrible precedent for journalists who, like me, investigate the U.S. influence abroad. This has been one of my main topic of investigation. So I hope other people will.
Yes, I mean, it's really sad. Kevin Gosztola is a great person if you're not already following him. He's an excellent journalist, and he has a list of people, because the sad thing is it's so limited, the people who are actually writing about this case, as you are pointing out. And it is pathetic because it is an extremely important case. And people like Daniel Ellsberg, who is, of course, considered a hero by liberals because the Pentagon Papers was done under Nixon. So he's considered a hero by people who then turn around and call Assange and Snowden and Manning traitors. So there's something really going on there. And it is absolutely stunningly disturbing that this isn't a bigger story, because it touches on so much. Free press touches on exposing government crimes. Like, very lost in this is the fact that this exposed a literal war crime, right? We saw the thing that, of course, Chelsea Manning revealed was a disgusting attack on unarmed people, including members of the press, and with a very chilling, enthusiastic narration where they're telling people to get them. And of course, all of that is lost. And people are just so lazy, either lazy or dishonest, and they just go say, he put lives at risk, and they never talk about the lives that were actually already sacrificed in the original crime that he helped expose.
Of course, but then also there is a step further, because Daniel Ellsberg and Snowden and Chelsea Manning were all whistleblowers. There were people from the US that exposed documents. Assange is merely a publisher. He's not American. Assange going to jail puts anybody, any journalist who worked with American sensitive documents, whatever, Chile, and I get hold of a bunch of sensitive documents from the US Embassy. It's leaked to me. Somebody gives it to me, but it's secret. So am I going to be a subject of an extradition request?
Yes.
Might be now, yeah. Might be now, yeah.
No.
There are no laws anymore as far as all this stuff is concerned. Like, we thought that there were rules as far as engagement is concerned. They don't exist. You know what I mean? Like, if the major world power wants to extradite someone, I guess that they will just get that done. And it really is very scary.
Oh my God. But do you guys think something's going to change with Biden, or is it going to be the same?
No.
I almost think that it's less of it. I mean, we keep trying to convince Trump to own the libs by doing things, including pardoning Assange. But I do really think, in a way, like, I don't think Biden will do it. I think that things in a way will be the same, and in a way will be worse, because there again won't be the opposition to it. There won't be the resistance.
Well, I mean it's like under Trump, it was good to see our press suddenly get very they were very aggressive with the president in a way that they haven't been maybe in the past. I just don't think that energy will continue now that it's not someone who insulted them personally. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like the media just didn't like that he insulted them and called them names, and I don't know that the same level of criticism is going to come for Biden. And like Katie's saying, that's a little bit worrisome. That's dangerous.
There's been so much character assassination, and there's been a very, like, this weird just devolve. It's like the liberal brain has kind of devolved, and all of a sudden, like, the only metric of principle is whether or not you are someone who helped Hillary Clinton or helped Donald Trump. And that's it. That's like the gaze. That's the lens through which people are examined, including, of course, Snowden, who was given a chance to collaborate with Trump, by the way, and did not do that. But again, this shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter. Yeah. And again, that's why we're talking to you, Donald Trump, big fan of the show, I'm sure. Yeah. You got to, Hillary people hate Assange. So, I mean, the guy, Trump, in his ideological versatility, let's say, did at first say that Assange should be executed, I believe. But that has never stopped him before. He is not a prisoner of consistency. So why not, Trump? Go all out. Liberals' heads will explode a la scanners. So if that should be enough of a reason to do it. Max Blumenthal, we've had Max Blumenthal on the show, who did this like really damning expose, deep dive into the Spanish security contractors.
Oh, I see. Oh my God, for El País, very good, very good. Sorry.
Yeah, he didn't do it for El País. He used El País reporting, but he did stuff about Pompeo and Sheldon Adelson's relationship to this Spanish company. And another piece he wrote which was very, very disturbing, was about how journalists, even after he helped and he and others revealed that they were spied on, they didn't do anything about it. They didn't complain about it, even after it was revealed that they had their stuff, looked through by people in the embassy. It's like they even internalized these rules at their own cost, at their own expense.
Yeah, can I say something? You know what I think? I think something happened in that the press felt really threatened 10 years ago by what WikiLeaks would represent, because it would be like a direct, free way of the people to, share information and get their own judgment. So WikiLeaks is a criticism of the press in essence. And then this is like how the companies felt. And then, the employees just, were the same. Yeah. No,
that's a really good point. Yeah. WikiLeaks is in itself kind of a challenge to corporate media.
Yeah, to the gatekeepers, to those who. One day I was talking to, I was in one of these, huge WikiLeaks discussions we had back on those days, which were super exciting because we were debating, all of these ethical issues. And then I think I'm not sure if I was talking to Assange or somebody else. And then they said, okay, everybody say, okay, so WikiLeaks shouldn't publish everything. There is things that should be published, there's things that shouldn't be published. And then he or somebody else from his crew told me, so a journalist is defined by what he doesn't publish. Mm-hmm. Not by what he should publish, right? And that was like, oh my God, I can't respond to that. Because really, this is what they're saying. You're a good journalist if you don't publish everything. You're a good journalist if you select what to publish.
Yeah. A dangerous thing. And it's also, it's like journalism through discretion, like being discreet and not rocking the boat. And the other thing that's kind of ridiculous is that if these newspapers were willing to, these prestigious outlets were willing to publish these things, how can they then turn around and say that this is a dangerous person or a dangerous man, or not worthy of of protection? Again, like, pick a narrative. They'd be wrong either way, but at least they'd be consistent. But what are you saying when you deem this worthy of publication? And if these are such dangerous secrets and so disruptive and irresponsible, why were you sharing them?